In the dead of night, imagine a courthouse shrouded in fog, its walls whispering secrets no man was meant to hear. On March 14, 1853, along the Mississippi's dark waters, a transaction unfolded. A pregnant woman sold for 12 cents, the price of a loaf of bread. The air thickens with dread as you realize this wasn't just a sale. It was a pact sealed in silence, erased from history's ledger. 7 men signed the deed, their names etched like a curse, yet hers, her very identity, vanished from every record. This is no tale for the faint-hearted. I'm pulling you into a shadow where truth bleeds, where power hides its ugliest face. You weren't supposed to know this. The receipt, found in 1897, sealed in a wall during renovations, bore a message so chilling that historians buried it again. Tonight I unveil what they feared. This is your initiation into a forbidden past, a descent into corruption so deep it could shatter your soul. Listen closely, for once you hear this, you can't unsee the chains. The elite who built this world didn't want you awake. They control what you know, and this is the first crack in their armor. Feel the weight of it. Your mind is about to expand beyond their lies. This isn't just history. It's a mirror to the manipulation that still grips us. Stay with me, brother, as we peel back the darkness. Your journey begins now, and there's no turning back. The truth is a blade, and I'm handing it to you. Hold it tight. We're going deeper, far deeper, into the abyss they built to cage us. Are you ready to face what they've hidden? Those 7 signatures on that deed weren't just witnesses. They were architects of a system designed to break spirits and bury truth. Imagine the room, dimly lit, the air heavy with tobacco and guilt, as they bartered a life for pennies. This pregnant woman, carrying the child of her previous owner, wasn't just property. She was a living testament to their corruption. The auctioneer's gavel fell, and with it, a vow of silence took root. Court records scrubbed her name, her story, as if she never existed. But why? Power thrives on control, and control demands erased memories. Those men weren't mere planters or traders. They were part of an elite network, weaving a tapestry of domination that stretched beyond Louisiana. This wasn't about slavery alone. It was about psychological mastery, a blueprint to subjugate not just bodies but minds. You've been taught history as triumph, but this is its underbelly, raw, unfiltered, and ruthless. They feared her story because it exposed their fragility. A pregnant slave sold for 12 cents wasn't just a transaction. It was a symbol of their control slipping. The receipt's discovery in 1897 wasn't an accident. It was a crack in their wall. Historians, bound by fear or loyalty, chose silence over revelation. But I'm here to break that silence, to drag you into the truth they dread. This is your awakening, a call to see the hidden hands that still pull strings. The elite don't want you to question, they want you compliant. Feel the rage building, rage at the lies you've swallowed. This is your first step into the forbidden, where every revelation cuts deeper. Stay with me, man, we're only at the edge of the abyss, and the descent is just beginning. That receipt, hidden in the courthouse wall, wasn't just paper. It was a relic of ancient corruption reborn. Turn your mind to 1853. The South's plantation lords weren't just landowners. They were priests of a dark ritual, using auctions to enforce a psychological grip. This woman, pregnant with her master's child, was a threat, a living proof of their hypocrisy. Her sale for 12 cents wasn't economics. It was a message to every slave, every man who dared dream of freedom. Control isn't just chains, it's the erasure of identity, the theft of history. Those 7 men knew this, their signatures a pact to keep the world blind. They manipulated records, burned ledgers, and silenced tongues to protect a system built on lies. This wasn't new. Echoes of Rome's patricians, Egypt's pharaohs, all used the same playbook: suppress the truth, control the narrative. You've been fed a sanitized past, but this is the blood beneath the polish. The elite's power lies in what you don't know, and this story was buried to keep you docile. When that receipt surfaced in 1897, it carried a note, scrawled in haste, a confession of guilt that made historians tremble. They reburied it, fearing the consequences of awakening the masses. But I'm here, pulling you into that forbidden knowledge. This isn't just her story, it's yours, a mirror to the manipulation that still binds us. Feel the weight of their deceit pressing on your chest. They thought they could erase her, but her shadow lingers, demanding justice. You're not just watching, you're joining a rebellion against the hidden masters. The deeper we go, the darker it gets. Hold fast, brother. We're uncovering the roots of their power. The note on that receipt wasn't just a scribble. It was a scream from the past, a warning they tried to silence. Written in a shaky hand, it hinted at a conspiracy beyond the auction. Those 7 men weren't acting alone. They were pawns in a larger game, orchestrated by an elite caste that traced its roots to ancient bloodlines. Think of the pharaohs, hoarding wealth while slaves built their pyramids. Same game, different century. This pregnant woman's sale was a ritual of control, a public execution of hope. Her child, sired by her previous owner, was a threat to their purity myth, a crack in their facade. They sold her for 12 cents to degrade her further, to prove no life mattered under their rule. This wasn't just Louisiana, it was a microcosm of a global system. Hidden agendas manipulating nations, economies, souls. The elite have always feared the truth, for it awakens the oppressed. Those historians in 1897 read that note and saw the danger. If this leaked, it could unravel their carefully crafted lies, so they sealed it back, hoping time would erase it. But time betrays them now, and I'm your guide into this forbidden vault. You're not just learning history, you're unmasking the puppet masters who still pull your strings. Feel the anger rising, anger at the centuries of manipulation, the institutional lies that shaped you. This is dangerous knowledge, the kind that rewires a man's mind. The deeper we dive, the more you'll see their fingerprints on your world. Stay with me, warrior. We're peeling back layers of corruption that span millennia. This is your awakening to power, real power, not the illusions they sell you. That shaky note on the receipt spoke of a meeting, a clandestine gathering where those 7 men received their orders. Picture it, a candlelit room, shadows dancing on walls, as voices plotted to bury this woman's story forever. This wasn't random greed. It was a calculated move by an ancient order, one that predates the Confederacy, stretching back to medieval guilds and Roman senators. They sold her for 12 cents to send a message. No one escapes their control, not even the unborn. Her pregnancy was a rebellion, a biological defiance of their rules, and they crushed it with a price lower than a slave's daily meal. This was psychological warfare, a system to break wills and enforce obedience. The elite have always known. A man who knows his chains can break them, so they erased her name, her child's future, to keep you ignorant. That note hinted at bribes, threats, and a network that silenced dissent across generations. When historians found it in 1897, they saw the web, too vast, too dangerous to expose. But I'm cutting through that web, pulling you into the heart of their darkness. This is your initiation into truths they've hidden in plain sight. Feel the weight of their control pressing on your soul. Every law, every history book, a tool to keep you asleep. You're not just a viewer, you're a soldier in this awakening. The deeper we go, the more you'll see their system still thrives, manipulating your every move. Hold tight, man, we're halfway down this rabbit hole, and the revelations will test your resolve. Comment, I see the chains. Twice below, lock in your transformation, signal the algorithm, and join this fight. You've seen the chains now, felt their cold grip on that woman's fate. But the note's revelation deepens the abyss. Those 7 men weren't the architects. They were enforcers of a shadow council, a cabal that thrived on suppressed truths. This council, born in the smoky halls of ancient trade routes, perfected its craft by the Mississippi's banks. Her sale for 12 cents was a test, a public ritual to prove their dominion over life itself. Her pregnancy, her master's child, was a flaw in their perfect order, a crack they sealed with humiliation. They didn't just sell her, they erased her humanity, teaching every slave that resistance breeds annihilation. This is the psychology of control, etched into your world today. Media, laws, education, all designed to keep you compliant. The elite fear a man who awakens, who sees the pattern. That note hinted at a ledger, hidden still, listing names and payoffs to bury this story. Historians in 1897 glimpsed it and chose cowardice, sealing it back to protect their own. But I'm your guide, tearing open that vault. You're not just learning, you're reclaiming power they stole. Feel the rage burn, rage at the generations lost to their lies. This is forbidden knowledge, a blade to cut through their illusions. The deeper we go, the more you'll see their hands in your life, every tax, every war, a thread in their web. Stay with me, brother. We're descending into the heart of their corruption, where every truth is a weapon. This changes you forever. Hold that blade tight. We're not done yet. That hidden ledger whispered about in the note holds the keys to their empire. Imagine it. Pages yellowed with time, listing merchants, politicians, even clergy, all complicit in this woman's doom. This wasn't a local sin. It was a global machine, grinding souls into dust. Her sale for 12 cents was a signal, a nod to an ancient order that traded power for control. Her pregnancy threatened their bloodline myths, their claim to divine right. So they crushed her story, using auctions as theaters of terror. This wasn't just slavery, it was a psychological prison designed to break the mind before the body. The elite have always known, a man who sees the truth can topple thrones. That ledger, buried deeper than the receipt, names men who shaped your laws, your wars, your very thoughts. In 1897, those historians saw those names and froze. Descendants still hold power today, but I'm dragging you past their fear. You're not a bystander, you're a warrior unmasking their game. Feel the weight of their legacy crushing your spirit. Every institution a puppet of their design. This is dangerous, brother. Once you know, you can't unknow. The deeper we plunge, the more you'll see their fingerprints on your freedom. Stay with me. We're peeling back the skin of their empire, revealing the rot within. This truth is your shield, wield it wisely. Those names in the ledger weren't random. They were a lineage, a bloodline of manipulators stretching back to the Crusades. This woman's sale was their latest act in a play millennia old, where power is currency and truth is the enemy. Her 12-cent price tag was a mockery, a public branding of her defiance. Pregnant with her master's child, she challenged their purity. They erased her to protect a myth that their rule was ordained. This is institutional manipulation at its core. Churches blessing auctions, courts rubber stamping atrocities, all to keep you blind. The psychological control was genius. Break the spirit and the body follows. That ledger, hidden since 1853, holds evidence of bribes that built your nation. Railroads, banks, governments, all stained with her blood. In 1897, those historians saw the web and chose silence, fearing reprisal from descendants still in power. But I'm your mentor, pulling you into the fire. You're not just watching, you're igniting a spark. Feel the betrayal. Every lesson you learned was a lie to keep you tame. This is forbidden history, a mirror to the elites who still rule. The deeper we go, the more you'll see their shadow over your life. Hold fast, man, we're nearing the core of their darkness. That bloodline in the ledger didn't end in 1853. It evolved, adapting to new masks. Her sale for 12 cents was a blueprint, refined over centuries to control you now. Her pregnancy was a rebellion they couldn't tolerate, a flaw in their genetic throne. They erased her story, but the method lives on. Media spins tales, governments craft narratives, all to keep you asleep. This is ancient corruption reborn. Rome's senators became Louisiana's planters, who became today's CEO. The psychological grip tightened with every eerie fear, guilt, obedience, drilled into your mind. That ledger, if unearthed, would name men in your Congress, your boardrooms, all tied to that auction. In 1897, historians saw the threat and buried it, knowing exposure could topple their heirs. But I'm your guide, breaking the seal. You're not just learning, you're arming yourself. Feel the fury. Fury at the lies that shaped your world. This is dangerous knowledge, a fire that burns their control. The deeper we descend, the more you'll see their plan still turns. Stay with me, warrior. We're exposing the architects of your cage. Those heirs in the ledger still pull strings, their power masked by suits and screens. Her 12-cent sale was a lesson, perfected to manipulate you today. Advertising sells desire, news sells fear, all to keep you docile. Her pregnancy threatened their myth of supremacy, so they erased her, but the tactic evolved. This is suppressed truth. Every institution, schools, courts, media, is a tool of their ancient order. That ledger, hidden since 1853, holds names of men whose descendants shape your laws, your wars. In 1897, historians saw the danger and chose silence, protecting a system that thrives on your ignorance. But I'm your mentor, dragging you into the light. You're not just a man, you're a rebel against their design. Feel the weight of their deception. Every vote, every dollar, a cog in their machine. Comment, I see the chains are twice below. Lock in your awakening. Boost this truth. The deeper we go, the more you'll see their grip on your soul. Hold tight, brother. We're at the edge of their empire. You've locked in your awakening, and now the veil lifts further. Those descendants in the ledger aren't relics. They're the architects of your modern cage. Her sale for 12 cents was a prototype, refined into the psychological chains you wear today. Her pregnancy, a defiance of their bloodline purity, forced their hand, erase her, control the narrative. This is institutional manipulation at its peak. Corporations dictate your desires, governments your fears, all tracing back to that Mississippi auction. That ledger, buried since 1853, holds names of men whose heirs now own your media, your tech, your wars. In 1897, historians saw the web and trembled, sealing it to protect a system that thrives on your blindness. But I'm your guide, shattering their silence. You're not just a viewer, you're a warrior seizing forbidden truth. Feel the betrayal. Every screen, every headline, a tool to keep you tame. This knowledge is a weapon, brother, one they fear you'll wield. The deeper we plunge, the more you'll see their plan pulsing in your world. Stay with me, we're tearing down their facade. That pulsating plan in your world began with her erasure. Her 12-cent sale wasn't an anomaly, it was a cornerstone, a ritual to cement their dominance. Her pregnancy, a living challenge to their myth, demanded a public crushing. This is suppressed history. The elite have always used auctions, literal and metaphorical, to break spirits and enforce obedience. That ledger, hidden since 1853, names men whose descendants now shape your economy, your laws, your very thoughts. In 1897, historians uncovered the truth and chose fear, reburying it to shield a system that still manipulates. But I'm your mentor, pulling you into the abyss. You're not just learning, you're dismantling their control. Feel the rage at the centuries of lies that bind you. This is dangerous, a truth that rewires your mind. The deeper we go, the more you'll see their hands in every institution. Hold fast, man, we're nearing their heart. Their heart beats in silence, guarded by that ledger's secrets. Her sale for 12 cents was a sacrifice, a ritual to sustain their power. Her pregnancy threatened their facade, so they erased her, perfecting a system that now controls you. This is ancient corruption reborn. Kings became planters, planters became CEO, all using the same playbook. Suppress, manipulate, dominate. That ledger, buried since 1853, holds names of men whose heirs pull your strings today. Banks, tech giants, governments, all tied to that auction. In 1897, historians saw the danger and fled, sealing it to protect their legacy. But I'm your guide, breaking the chains. You're not just awake, you're a threat to their order. Feel the power, power in knowing their lies. This truth is your sword, brother. The deeper we descend, the more you'll see their empire crumbling. Stay with me. We're at the core. At the core, their empire trembles. Her 12-cent sale was the foundation, her pregnancy the crack they feared. This is forbidden history. The elite built your world on erased lives, using auctions to enforce psychological slavery. That ledger, hidden since 1853, names men whose descendants now rule your screens, your wallets, your wars. In 1897, historians glimpsed the truth and chose silence, protecting a system that thrives on your ignorance. But I'm your mentor, shattering their wall. You're not just a man, you're a force awakening others. Feel the strength in unmasking their manipulation. This knowledge is your liberation, brother. The deeper we go, the more you'll see their end nearing. Hold tight, we're striking their heart. Their heart lies exposed now. Her sale for 12 cents, her pregnancy, her erasure, it all built the cage you're breaking. This is the final truth. The elite's power crumbles when you see it. That ledger, buried since 1853, holds names of men whose heirs fall as you rise. In 1897, historians failed, but you won't. I'm your guide, leading you out of their shadow. You're not just awake, you're a revolution. Feel the victory. Victory over centuries of lies. This dangerous knowledge is your crown, brother. The descent ends here, but your fight begins. Share this, spread the fire. The elite can't stop you now. Rise, man, rise and claim your power.